Any man can be with any woman as long as he don't care about being understood, listened to, or cared for.
You know, you say some shit to yourself, or you think it to yourself in your head, and it's like clear as a bell. It's like ding. It's like it's too quote unquote clairvoyant, or it makes too much sense. It makes too much sense, and it's not to be a diss to women. It's just I was having a conversation with my man, and we was talking about relationships, and I was telling him about how a particular woman approached me, and it was pretty smooth, you know what I mean, and but the exchange was they sent me something to my number, and we really I've only exchanged names with her on one occasion. So when I asked her name, but either way, I didn't remember it because I only heard it one time, and I was preoccupied at the time, even when I asked. So when she texts me, I'm like, what's your name? So I put it in my phone. She responded like 24 hours later, right? Which I did not care. That's not my point of even saying this. But I was saying that when she responded, she was like, I should know. You see that silence, that dead silence? I should know. Word. I was like, oh. And my response was, okay. And my man, he's a Christian. I'm a Muslim. He's a Christian, but means no difference to me. I was born a Christian. I was born into Christianity and raised in it. But I was saying how when I became a Moor, and if you see me in public, I'm always got a turban. The reason I don't wear my fez as much as I do because of the activities that I do is not going to stay on my crown. So I make sure my head is nationally crown covered. So you see me anywhere, I got my turban on. But I knew when I became a Moor and presented myself there in public and being a black Moor, and if you know anything about quote unquote black women, they're very judgmental, very, to say the least, they're scary, to a large degree, scary to what they don't know. They not really, in all cases, open to try to learn something that they're not familiar with. They're more or less stay away from it. And I also thought like, well, in this time of the bonnet wearing folks out here that also now include young men, they probably might think I'm homosexual. So during these days and times, it's we're in a different time, so that could be very susceptible to the eye of somebody. Why he wearing that? Because with my city, I don't see, if there are other Moors, and I know there are other Moors in my city, they don't cover their head though. They don't cover their head with a fez. They don't cover their head with a turban or a hijab or any of our national crowns. They don't do it. I'm the only one in my city that I know for a fact that is a Moorish American national that covers his head at all times if I'm in public. So I know that presenting to that look is not going to be normal or familiar, unless I'm only in that circle, And, we were just having discussions about, and he's married, by the way, but we was having just discussions about type of woman that I could have ever possibly been with, just in companionship and seeking companionship and stuff like that. And I was saying how long I have actually been single, but being now that I am a Muslim, is I can't necessarily be with someone that's not a Muslim. And really in our case, not in a relationship, like I can't, because it means something. It means that much to me that is in line with whoever I will ever commit to, and I can't do myself a disservice to not be in that type of relationship. And he was saying to me that, in which I totally agreed, and I already knew. He said, trying to deal with an Americanized woman is going to be very difficult. And, which is, kind of funny because it's part of the topic of today, just the Americanization of our men and women out here, not just women, but our men and women, and the ideologies that they follow and the things that, quote unquote, are important to them or important to society, to whatever type of energy that you give towards that type of thing that makes your world, that's important to you, and what may be important to you in your world, whether Christian or whatever, as a Muslim, as this Muslim, it is really not important. And a whole nother issue of things are important that I really don't really have anyone in my life that I could even go into that depth with. But I knew when I became who I knew I was the whole time, that what kind of was over. Because you would have to be this to get companionship, in most cases, from a Americanized or Westernized woman. You might, I can't really say I've ever been really understood by a woman. Listened to marginally, cared for. They would say so in their own way. A woman cares how she cares. A man cares probably completely differently. Show it, feel it, because we're different. Men and women are not the same. We don't love the same. We don't, it's not the same. But at the same time, you can be with any woman if you don't give a damn about any of these things right here. Any woman. You can be with any woman on the planet if you don't care about these things right here.